What item under $50 drastically improved your life? Curved shower rod. I always appreciate them in hotels, but never got one for home. Big hotel doesn't want you to. A cheap microwave and coffee maker for my work van. I have an inverter for my tools that I use to run them. Hot coffee and hot lunches make a huge difference, especially on bad days. A microwave in the winter is a game changer. Have one in my work truck and it makes the whole day better to have a warm lunch when you've been freezing outside all day. My apartment has like zero counter space, in reality only a total of 5 feet spread through 3 areas next to the sink and stove. I spent like $15 on a 4-foot table. That now holds all my kitchen stuff like toaster, distiller, crock pot, and instant pot. It has just enough room for all that. Edit, thanks for the awards. Since it is a common question, the distiller is for purifying water. It boils water, then collects the steam and condenses it back to water in a pot on the side. It is the exact same process as how to make stronger alcohol, but this is a higher temperature so it leaves behind solids that I clean out once a week. I like pure water and I get all my minerals from my foods. I enjoy cooking so I choose menu items that get all my minerals. I'm a big fan of baking racks for making use of kitchen space. 11-pound capacity digital kitchen scale. For baking, cooking and correctly identifying portion sizes. It has changed the way I bake. No more trying to make the measuring cup level, or worrying about the compactness of my flour. I even buy the large block of butter instead of the more expensive half-cup sticks because I can just weigh it out. Just put the mixing bowl on the scale and tare after each ingredient. Edit for the butter, yes, ours have marking too. But the wrapper isn't always aligned to the edge of the stick, and on the big blocks it can be hard to cut vertically to get an accurate amount. Is it a US thing to not have a scale? I've never been to a household without a scale, European here. We don't measure kitchen ingredients like that in the US, so no, a lot of households don't have kitchen scales. It is so uncommon actually that when I had one in my kitchen, friends who were visiting thought it was for measuring weed. It's multi-purpose. A rubber bristled broom. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and my house is all hardwood and tile. A regular broom just sends the fur floating everywhere, but my rubber broom keeps it all nice and tidy and easy to pick up. It works on my area rug and upholstered furniture, too. I didn't know they made those. I have an Alaskan Malamute, so I may have to try that out. Shower chair. I've got a effed up back and I initially got it for that, but even if my back was fine I'd still have one. They're so useful. If you shave your legs, you won't regret it. He didn't have to give us a diagram, but he did. He did that for us. /r/Museum of Reddit, Reddit link. I'm heavily pregnant at the moment and have been seriously considering getting a shower chair lol. Now I think I may just go ahead and do it. Do it. I got one with a little back support after my little stool one broke. Hot water bottle. I live in cold Scandinavia and have chronic pain. It gets used pretty much all year around. I recently backed a Kickstarter campaign for the heat bag. It's made by the guys that also made the ostrich pillow. It has a clay core you can boil or put in the microwave. When heated, you can put it into a kind of pillow. Thick, soft and insulated on one side and silky on the other side. It feels amazing and keeps the heat longer because of the insulation. This thing is amazing. I gifted it to my girlfriend for Christmas and she loves it. Edit, it was less than $50 on Kickstarter only. Now it's being retailed for $60. A foldable laptop stand for €15. Always thought you didn't need this stuff, how different from without one can it be, but it does wonders for my neck. Travels everywhere with me now. Also, a 2-meter phone cable. It's the crap. Edit, good morning to 100 comments, seems it was cheaper because of Amazon Prime back in November, but I'd say €20 is definitely still worth it. I like it because the dark gray metallic color matches my laptop and the aluminum material feels way sturdier than a plastic stand would. I chose a very slim model that's basically just a framework for the laptop, no table or anything, because I mainly need this to take up the least possible space in my backpack as I travel with it every day. As I bought the cable a few years back, the original article isn't on Amazon anymore, but it was literally an Amazon Basics iPhone cable. Right now, they have to CMAND, and I'm sure there are many others that will do their job just fine. Web link. Try a 3-meter phone cable. 3 meters makes phone cables? 3M makes everything. And if they don't make that specific item, they make the plastic, or even the glue, that goes in it. Edit, or the rubber, or the glass, or the paint, or the glue on the sticker, etc. etc. I work at 3M, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing. This thread made me happy. A rice cooker and electric kettle. I used to sometimes eat rice and drink tea. I now eat rice and drink tea all the time. In England, you'd be seen as a weirdo if you didn't have an electric kettle, lol. Haha, this comment really baffled me as a Brit. But everyone has a kettle as standard, it's like having a fridge. Australia too. We stole the idea from you guys. Probably stole the kettle too. Earplugs. They saved my final exams in high school when my sister and her 1.5 and 3-year-old kids tornadoed through the whole house. I play some music super low on my earbuds and then wear my shooting ear protection over them. I can't hear crap and instantly focused. Saved me every time I took an exam last semester at my noisy parents' house. Man, I know we've been going through this pandemic together and all, but it's still surreal for me to read about people taking exams at home. It's the worst. Professor last term gave 25 questions in 20 minutes. The kicker, though, was no going back and forth between questions. You see a question once and have to answer, so no time to do easy questions first or skip and come back to it later. This was one of my professors too. The worst kind of final for sure. A wake-up light alarm clock. The light turns on gradually and wakes you up gradually rather than waking up to obnoxious beeping. Makes the start of my day more positive. What kind do you have? I've been wanting one of these for ages. Generally, any of the Philips ones are popular, but the good ones can be costly. Their most fully featured one is about $200 and constantly goes out of stock. It has great features like alarm scheduling for different days, lifesaver for college students whose classes start at different times depending on the day, and basic sleep tracking. They also have lower-end versions that don't quite have the same feature set but do the same functions. Here are the recommendations from the Wirecutter, a pretty trustworthy source. Web link. We bought our Philips one over 7 years ago. It was more than $50, around $100, but so worth it. We don't even use the Wale Up feature anymore. We use the sunset feature when we go to bed. After years of using the sunset and sunrise alarm features, my husband wakes up naturally around 6 a.m. now, and then I wake up when he gets up. It's amazing and totally worth $100. Affinity Photo on sale for $25. I could leave Photoshop and the whole Adobe Creative Suite nonsense behind me. No more monthly payments. Just these $25 once and I won the thing. Other thing was a used line tool for architects for €3. Normal price is €25. Making comic panels never was easier. I can't recommend Affinity enough. It's everything you could want from Photoshop without being owned by money-hungry Adobe. Photopea.com is an online Photoshop alternative and it's free. It's only one guy doing all the developing himself. So give him a donation if you can. Holy crap. I just tried it and it's awesome. I've struggled with GIMP and really don't like Apple's free photo editing software, but I'm not going to pay for Photoshop. This gives me exactly what I need. 3-meter long charging cable. I got a 10 feet USB extension cable to a friend who was recovering from surgery at a hospital. He told me that was the best present he ever got, his words, in my life. I've spent months hospitalized before, and while there are many outlets behind the bed and around the room, they're all just barely out of reach of your average 3 feet cable that comes with your phone. Being in the hospital is really, really boring. You'll be surprised how quickly you can kill your phone's battery. Then you have to ask a nurse to plug it in for you, and twiddle your thumbs for 2 hours while it charges over on a table out of reach. If you're lucky, you can time it right so you start charging right when you get some morphine and can take a dope nap. A long cable is amazing. Yeah, when I purchased the cable, I thought it was a little thing, something that would be better than flowers or candy. He called me a nerd. He's old, and I love him, and told me this was the most thoughtful gift he ever got. It was an USB extension cable, so he could use it for his iPhone, and his Samsung tablet, and he liked to read books. That's really smart, that way he can charge his phone, his tablet and his checks notes. Books. A butter dish / butter tray. Room temp butter always available. No more effing with trying to spread hard butter out of the fridge. I got a ceramic one shaped like an ear of corn and put googly eyes on it. It's my favorite kitchen accessory because it makes me smile every time I see it. Web link. I did not even know you could leave butter outside. I always thought it was in the same realm as milk, where you store it chilled and only take it out when you need to use it. That's just how it is, living in the tropics, I guess. 2 to 3 weeks shelf life for unrefrigerated butter. It's good to leave out if you use it a lot. Edit, s/unregenerated/unrefrigerated, damn autocorrect. A heated blanket. Don't know how I ever survived winters before this. Same. Saves putting the heating on for the whole house when all you want is for your bed not to be ice cold in the evening. My bedroom is in the attic and it gets cold. Due to how stuff is wired, the heating in my room only goes on when it's cold downstairs, but since it doesn't get that cold downstairs, my heating never starts up. This has saved me so much cold nights curled up in a ball at night trying to warm up. It's amazing. My bedroom is surrounded by 3 outside walls. Perhaps I should invest in a heated blanket. Maybe you should invest in a 4th wall, added bonus of protection from the elements. Try a heated mattress pad. They are more efficient as the heat rises and gets trapped by the blankets. Most also have a zone for your feet. Mine is effectively that. It's just called a heated blanket here regardless. You put it on your mattress, under your mattress cover. Rain-X. If there is one product I would sell door to door, this is it. Please don't let it come to that. My dad had a whole dad routine for his car before every road trip, and we took a lot of them. He'd get it detailed, get a whole inspection, tires rotated, etc. But the one thing that made him the most dad excited was the Rain-X. Every time it rained, he just beamed with pride. How long does it last? Maybe a couple weeks depending on usage and how well it was put on. It's definitely worth it to try. First time I used it, it seemed like magic. No kidding. A non-stick electric griddle. You can cook a bunch of stuff on that thing. Edit, adding to the list, a coffee maker and a knockoff Yeti tumbler. You can save a crap ton of money that way. I enjoy having breakfast in bed. I like waking up to the smell of bacon. Sue me. And since I don't have a butler, I have to do it myself. So, most nights before I go to bed, I will lay 6 strips of bacon out on my George Foreman grill. Then I go to sleep. When I wake up, I plug in the grill. I go back to sleep again. Then I wake up to the smell of crackling bacon. It is delicious. It's good for me. It's a perfect way to start the day. Griddles are awesome. I have a huge one that can do in one go, 20 slices of bacon, 20 sausages and 10 burgers. I have actually used it to cater an impromptu street party where I live. It's not non-stick, but a putty knife and a bit of water when it is still hot cleans it right up. Electric toothbrush. Speaking of oral care, I bought a tongue scraper on Amazon 8 years ago on a whim. I can't believe I wasn't scraping my tongue before. The amount of plaque that I get off with that thing every morning is astounding, and my breath is so much better now. Edit, for anyone interested, this is the one I have, for people asking if the one on the back of your toothbrush works just as well. No, it doesn't. Web link. I do not recommend Quip. If you're a podcast fan, you've heard of it. They effing sponsor everyone, and it's apparently everyone's favorite electric toothbrush. It literally just effing vibrates. Edit, getting a lot of comments. Yes, I'm a dunce and should not have blindly trusted the McElroy brothers and Dan Cummins when they said it was their favorite toothbrush. I should have done some research. I didn't realize not all electric toothbrushes were created equal. However, I was at Meijer and saw the toothbrush hanging on the shelf for a discounted $20, and it was in a cool seafoam green color, so I said YOLO. As far as what I was expecting, I assumed it would have like a rotating head. Or at the very least the brush head would vibrate. Just the handle does, which does kind of vibrate the whole thing. I do still use it. I paid $20 friggin' dollars, and got a free head replacement, so I might as well. I do think it is better than a traditional brush. I noticed my gums were sore the first week I used it, and I think that was due to actually brushing for 2 minutes instead of only 45 seconds or whatever I was doing before. You don't realize how long 2 minutes actually is until you're going back over spots for the third time. I wonder if it can be used as a sex toy? My mom will never know that she bought my first sex toy. RIP Oral-B Pulsar. Honey, are you brushing your teeth again? No mom, I'm masturbating, shut up onk. Everything can be used as a sex toy if you believe in yourself. I don't use that brand, but I have another brand of vibrating toothbrush and I can confirm it makes a pretty decent budget sex toy. Oral-B Spin Brush is like $8 and is a massive upgrade over a regular toothbrush. Sonicare. Best purchase I've ever made. Ever. This one mechanical pencil that I bought in high school or earlier. I'll graduate college soon, which means I've been writing with the same pencil for somewhat 10 years. It fits perfectly between my fingers. I've kept a traditional diary since I was a kid, and it has become more and more important since hardly anything requires paper and a pencil today. So many memories from the happiest moments to the absolute worst have been written down using this pencil. I have a few other pencils as well, but they don't feel right, and eventually I'll put them away and return to my old friend. What's the brand? I want to buy one. Balligraph Rondo Classic. I just googled it and found an online shop. You should definitely buy one. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.